News now on your side.
That breaking news coming to us from the heart of Tornado Alley, where a massive tornado touched down just outside of Oklahoma City, Moore, Oklahoma. This twister at one point 2 miles wide, on the ground for 35 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, chasers in the area say it looked like it was 2 miles wide, and it appears that tornado took out 2 schools, elementary schools. We don't know if anybody was hurt. And right now, Chopper for KFOR is showing us a house fire. Not sure if the house was leveled by the tornado and then caught on fire, but there were so many power lines brought down. You could see the sparks as that monster tornado moved across the ground.
They call it Bob Moore, Chopper 4 there in Oklahoma City. Nobody's better at doing this, keeping an eye on dangerous storms as they're coming towards people. Hopefully that gave residents of Moore, Oklahoma enough warning to take shelter, because 2 schools were hit. And if they had enough warning, they practice disaster plans very well in this part of the country because they know how vulnerable they are. Hopefully that will mean a very small, if any, loss of life.
You can see the response right here. I believe this is one of the schools that was leveled, because we saw a lot of first responders moving to that scene.
That's going to be Plaza Towers Elementary School right there that we were looking at.
And the good thing is we have been able to see from KFOR's Chopper a lot of kids moving around, walking away from the debris. So we hope that is good news, that they were in a safe enough place to ride out this tornado.
And his name is Bob Moore. He's in the helicopter over Oklahoma City. Let's listen in.
34th Street. We're going to pan back to the right. So in Moore, this is going to be 4th Street for you guys we're fixing to come into. And as you can see, all of the houses right here, primarily roof damage. Just to the north of that, as you can see, right there, there used to be, I'm drawing a blank here because I'm not used to seeing it without anything. I believe there's a convenience store right there, and then just in the north side of that oval track, that's at the Orr family farm. So right there, we're going to travel down 149th Street here, which is going to be just south of the Warren Theater. We're in between 4th and 19th Street. We're tracking along. There's the new Dick's that they built, the Target, the Home Depot. We're coming up this way right here. No, this right here, that's the Plaza Towers Elementary School. Yep, we're just north of 19th Street, south of 4th Street, and we're fixing to cross Santa Fe. If you guys are familiar with this area, there's like the golf course here on the south side of the road. All this where the house is burning at's in that neighborhood that's just north of, like there's a Dan McGinnis, like an Irish pub right there, just north of that. We're going to continue to go to the east over several other schools and homes that, if Travis will go just to the left just a bit, that's that first elementary school we showed you right there. And now we'll back out and we'll continue to come. Now this, where we're coming to right now, is just on the south side of the Moore Warren Theater. This is going to be on Telephone Road in between 4th Street. That's what? Yeah, we're coming up on Telephone Road in between 4th Street. There's the Warren right there. If we're going to look to your left, Travis will pan back out, and that's the Norman Hospital right there. Right in front of that is going to be the bowling alley, the AMC bowling alley, if you guys are familiar, right there. In front of that was, I believe it's gone. In front of that was a Century 21 office. To the left side of that was a bank. And now we're crossing I-35. We're just south of 4th Street, and we're continuing to see, this is another housing addition that comes into the area. We're coming up to where Moore annexed this property right here. They're putting a park in. We're crossing the railroad tracks now. We're still headed eastbound. We're coming behind the alternative school here in Moore. We're coming behind the neighborhood market, and we're fixing to cross Eastern. Just to the left is Eastern. Right there on the left side of your screen is Eastern and 4th Street. The tornado just tracked just south of Eastern and is continuing pretty much eastbound right now. The next building you're going to see in the top left of your screen is the Brink Junior High. It came just to the south, or the south side of it, and pretty much just trashed. I believe that's the gym or the area where the kids do athletics. Just in the top of the screen, as Travis pans out, we're going to show you that's the Moore Auxiliary, the Moore Public Office Building, where the school headquarters are housed. Sounds good, Linda. Thanks.
Again, we're only hearing half of the conversation here because we're getting a direct feed from Bob Moore in Chopper 4 from KFOR TV over Moore, Oklahoma.
And you know what he is saying that is so striking is this is where it used to be. All of this damage from the tornado, elementary schools, businesses, homes, all of it gone. And Jesse Ricca Moore is very familiar with this, unfortunately.
Yeah. I was just talking with John Milan, and he was just saying he was there in 1999, and that's when another EF5, well, we don't know the official damage estimates yet on what exactly this would be scaled, but just by looking at some of that video, I'm guessing this is going to be at least an EF4 or an EF5, but he was just saying, yeah, that's pretty substantial damage. And back in 1999, that's when Moore had an EF5 tornado, the strongest tornado on record in the U.S. 318-mile-an-hour wind speeds with that one. Quite a bit of damage, and of course this is going to be a long night for folks in Oklahoma, for folks in Missouri, Arkansas. Tornado watches, that's what those boxes of red are, even down into Texas and into parts of Kansas, where there are several tornado warnings along that line that is firing on. That's a cold front, huge clashing of air masses. Take a look at graphics now. The jet stream takes a big dip down to the south, and in front of that jet stream, we've got this warm, humid, very moist, very unstable air. Behind that jet stream, cold, more stable air. You get this clashing of the two air masses, and that creates a bit of spin in the atmosphere. It creates a very unstable and very volatile atmosphere, and that's just what kind of is coming to fruition right now across parts of Oklahoma and into Kansas area. So around here, we've been waiting for storms to kind of trigger up in Iowa. Really not looking like that's going to be the story much anymore. There's still a chance for stronger storms, but we're in the 80s. It's just feeling very much like summer. More details on when storms could fire here coming up in a few minutes.